Well, hello. It's been a while since I've done a ramble, and mostly because I suck at doing rambles, mostly because my rambles just turn into, it's just what I talk about on stream. And yeah, that is honestly how it kind of ends up being. But pretty much, I'm just going to talk about what I talk about when I stream half the time, which right now is just skilling. uh, it's been a minute since I've done this kind of a ramble, so pretty much all I've been doing since when was the last one? Since November, 7 months ago, I was cutting redwoods for 99 wood cutting. Well, guess what? Now I'm doing RC for 99 RC. I've just been skilling, and it's been therapeutic, if you will. Like, I haven't been doing a lot of PVM. I've been doing it sparingly as like a little treat. Like, oh yeah, here you go, Oreo. You done, yay, Oreo. You did a lot of skilling. Here's a treat. Here's a crumb of PVM. And my brain's been like, fucking love this. I want it. So like, it's been nice to just feel happy to play the game. Like, it sounds weird to be like, I'm working and skilling and my reward is PVM, but at the end of the day, it's more along the lines of like, I am almost maxed. I am 2249 right now. We're sitting 28 levels away from the max cape, and I'm done. And I get the max cape, and that is just such a good feeling. And it's gonna be the second max account that I have, but this time I'm a hardcore, and I'm not a max to main where I get to just buy all of my resources that I need. I just it just feels so much better. Like, it feels so rewarding to say I have a nearly at this time maxed hardcore, or just even a maxed iron at that. Like, it's so nice. And we're gonna date this ramble. They just added the zealot robe changes for Ectofuntus, so it's about the mid end of June. I'm so happy because they added the benefit of zealot robes, which is a 1 in 20 or a 5% chance to not use the bones or ensouled heads when you're burying them, sacrificing them at the altars, stuff like that. But they added it to the Ectofuntus, and I originally was like, okay, as long as I get the bone meal back, I'm pretty happy with that, because getting buckets of slime, that's not terrible. I find it very AFK, and I don't really mind doing it. No. No, they made it to where you have a 5% chance of keeping both the bone meal and the buckets of slime, and I am so ecstatic about it. Because I went on this weird binge of I'm gonna stack 15,000 buckets of slime, and I can show that here in just a moment. I have almost 16,000 right now because of dailies. Where are they? They are right there. Yeah, I have 15,936 buckets of slime. I have nowhere near that many bones. I mean, I gotta do all of these still through the bone meal crusher. I'm not doing the big bones right now because but we're gonna do baby dragons, the worms, and the dragon bones. I've got all of this other stuff just from the dailies that I've been stacking up since the poll 79 happened, and they announced that the zealot robe changes were going to be happening. So I've been anticipating this for so long. I only have about 90 banked in prayer, so like, I've got a lot to still do. But that's the great thing, is that I have things to do, and it's just I'm loving playing RuneScape right now, and there's a lot of updates that are coming to RuneScape that I feel like a lot of more the main players or like PVMers aren't super excited for, and then I'm just over here in my little world going, ooh, neat things to do. My little crumb of activity. I am enjoying it a lot. I've just been enjoying the hell out of this game. It's been so nice. And it's just like I am having fun playing the RuneScape game. And we're going to be, PVMing here soon. The goal right now is to just max and then get into the hardcore and risky PVM. Because I want to do things on this account, but it's been... Oh man, it's been a while since I've done anything outside of like Zulrah and Chambers, because, hardcore, by the way. So like, I first of all, I've not done that much Tob. I learned Tob barely, and that was years after it had come out, and that's mostly because I was learning solo Chambers before Theater of Blood came out, and anyone who played around the time that Theater of Blood came out knew that people got really elitist about KC when Tob came out. So like, if you didn't have KC, no one would take you, and no one, you can't get KC unless you go. So it was kind of this damned if you do, damned if you don't. Or, you need years of experience for an entry-level job, which doesn't make any sense because it's an entry-level job. How am I supposed to get experience if I can't get a job because they need experience, but it's an entry-level? Huh? So I ended up just saying, frick Tob, I'm gonna just sit at Chambers and do like 2,000 solo Chambers and hunt mutagen on my main. So I'm going to be learning Tob on the main once I get this account. Well, once I'm maxed, pretty much, I'll be trying to find Tob teams to really, like, master Theater of Blood. I do want to feel like I'm a fish in water when I get there. Like a fish in water when I'm there with the hardcore, because it is that like, oh, I one mistake, I'm dead, or my team fucks me over, I'm dead. So it's finding people I'm competent with, as well as feeling confident myself. So that's that. But as far as like TOA, I feel pretty comfortable there. I've done some runs on the main with like the gear that the Iron would have. So, I'm not really worried about that. But again, that's I've been skilling for probably the last year or so, predominantly. So I need to kind of go and relearn how to PVM a little bit more intently, or rather, more like, okay, I know what I'm doing here. I'm perfectly calm, because I can fumble my way through PVM, but right now I don't want to risk that status. Yeah. Also, I'm gonna be moving soon, and hopefully the place that I move to has better internet, because where I currently live, it's not terrible, but it's not the best. We get random like not DCs, but like lag spikes. It's really odd to like describe without like showing what happens, because it's like I'll lose all of my upload, but my download will be fine. So it's just kind of like, all right, what the fuck? What happened? What happened? So, hopefully the new place has better internet. I've been asked if I'm gonna tether my like PC to my phone, or if I'm gonna be getting a standalone PSU, or power supply unit. I not necessarily for RuneScape. I would say I would get that. Though depending on how things go, I will definitely look at getting one just because it is good to have for PCs, and considering how pricey they are and like kind of key they are nowadays, at least with like work from home stuff, maybe I should get one. Might be a good idea. So that's something that's going to be on the like coast, or like on the horizon of things I'll be getting. So yeah, I'm just excited. I'm in a very good place mentally. Like, yeah, I as of recording this, about a week and a half ago, I had quit my job because they had been like, it wasn't so much that it was getting worse, or it was getting worse, but it wasn't like the work that was bad. It was the management that started to like start to really breathe down our backs, to the point that like so I worked from home. It was, remote job, work from home. I have a computer that is purely from the company that I worked for, and they started to access our computers of like, so like viewing it and being able to like do things on our computers while we're using them. So like I would notice my mouse just like start to move on its own, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, hold up, what's wrong here? And I thought it was like there was hair in the mouse, because like I have cats. So I was like, all right, cool. I cleaned it out, didn't notice it after that. And then my work buddy messages me, and he's like, hey, has your mouse been fucking moving? And I'm like, what do you mean? It was. So yeah, that was the thing. And then, so like that was one thing. The first day of the week, my HR messaged me, and they're like, hey, you fucked up your time card. You aren't supposed to have a paid lunch. And I'm like, I don't. I'm not a new hire like those other people are that you've been working with. I've been here for almost a year and a half now. And they're like, oh, okay, can you resubmit your time card? And I'm like, I can do that. And then people were put on administrative leave as a way of the management like taking over, because our senior employees, so not managers, but like, tenured individuals who'd been there for 7 and 9 years respectively, they were put on an administrative leave because they were challenging the management on things that they were doing. Because they're not even like our direct managers. They're filling in because they haven't hired a manager for us. So we pretty much were self-governing and weren't like changing anything of how it had been ran before, because it was a smooth system that didn't really need management. And so they, put these people on administrative leave, and it just it got worse and worse. And so I was just like, I can't do this. They were crossing lines that I was like, I'm not doing that again, because I've worked retail. I've had managers, use me as a sock puppet, hand right up, and not letting me like excel. Like, I don't do well under micromanaging. I'm good with like direction and management, but if you're going to like nitpick me the entire time I'm doing something, like, why bother having me do it? Just do it yourself at that point, So with how things were going and trending, it's just getting worse and worse, and so I resigned. I quit my job, and the next day my work buddy messages me saying that they had all been pulled into like, one-on-one meetings with the manager to like see how things are going and give some updates, and he was just like, it's not good. And so I was like, oh, that's great. Good to know that I like a rat in a sinking ship, jumped, peaced out. So yeah, so yay. But that means I get to kind of be a little more free and creative, which has been very nice and very fun. I am highly thankful to my partner for supporting me in this decision to just like quit my shit job, and that they're not like, you needed to find a job before you quit or anything like that, because that is not fun. Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh god, I'm out of. Wait, where the hell is my pure essence? Where's my? Oh. But yeah, so really right now, I am just channeling all of my energy into being as productive as I can for the things that I find fun. I will say that like listening to the Saebar cast and Sater's content has really helped with me like finding that spark again, and I'll link below the like specific podcast that I've been listening to, and like it just came out and it really like hit like, hey, you're enjoying this like not have a job time, but maybe we should be productive. And I'm like, yeah, I think I should. So yeah, we're working on the passion projects now. We are gonna be progressing everything and being a little more active than just I go live on Twitch and that's it. Yeah. So yeah, I mean that's kind of it as far as like the things I want to ramble about. Other than that, I've been VTubing a bit more. I'm not like saying I'm only gonna be a VTuber or use the VTube models and be a kawaii anime girl on the internet, but it's a lot of fun, trust me. But I struggle a lot with like self-image and people perceiving me and how I think they'll perceive me is like where I struggle a lot with. So having the model or like having a VTuber that I can throw on and not necessarily hide behind, but use as a buffer, if you will, is so freeing. It's so nice to have that option of like, hey, you're still getting, I'm still showing emotion and like interactiveness with the chat outside of like just reading it and talking, obviously. And it's fun. There's a lot of things out there to make it a little more fun for the viewer experience and all that, and like interaction with the stream as a whole. So like that's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. And I don't know if any other VTubers are in the RS community. I know there's kind of Twilly. I know that they don't really stream RuneScape anymore. And there's a few other VTubers that I see, but as far as like predominant ones, I don't really see any. And not to say that that's a RuneScape community thing, but it's just kind of a RuneScape community thing. They're not about VTubers, and that's fine. But yeah, I don't know. There's something about not having to have people see me that's really nice. If I'm being honest. But I've been on Twitch for, I've been on technically Justin.tv and Twitch for eons. I'm an old fart when it comes to this platform, and I've seen streamers rise and fall, come and go. So, it's the nature of the beast, and I'm excited to have probably one of the first times in my life the like freedom and happiness to be creative, if that makes sense. It's so nice, and that's a whole other thing that I can go on about, but I will leave that for another day. But other than that, thank you all for being here. Thank you all for watching the video. Here's the good old, hey, remember to like, subscribe, comment if you enjoyed the ramble. Let me know if you want more. Smile. But other than that, you guys have a good rest of your day. You guys watching and viewing are what makes every content creator happier, despite what you may think. Like anyone watching anyone is better than no one watching someone, if that makes sense. Like being able to talk to people that share an interest and enjoy the content that you make is one of the greatest feelings as a content creator. And like I try to share my praise to content creators when I can, and seeing them just light up because you're complimenting them is such a good feeling. So if you want to feel good, go compliment your favorite content creator. Go show them some love, show them support. It doesn't have to be monetary. Literally just saying, hey, I enjoyed the stream or the video or whatever they're doing, they're gonna be happy. So I think there's too much negativity out there right now, and maybe we just need some positivity, right? Or maybe I'm just huffing a lot of copium so I can just feel better about myself. Smile. But hey, thank you all for being around, and take it easy.